here we are going to simplify and also combine radicals from here, right? So check this out. First, we have square root of 3x squared. Well, square root of 3, we cannot break it down anymore, so leave it. But x squared instead of the square root. Well, let me remind you, when we have x squared instead of the square root, they just cancel, so you just get x right here. And here we are assuming all the x's are positive, so this is just going to give you x. Well, with that being said, when we have the x squared instead of the square root, we are going to take it outside, and then we are just going to have x right here, and then we have the square root of 3. So that's the simplification for the first term. And now for the next term, we have the 48 right here, right? So let's do that on the side. When we have the square root of 48, we have to think about two numbers so that they multiply to be 48, and one of the numbers should be a perfect square. So please do not use 2 times 24, even though 2 times 24 is equal to 48, but none of them is a perfect square. Let's use 16 and 3, because when we have square root of 16, this is a perfect square, so we know the answer for this is equal to 4. And multiplied by 3, right? Square root of 16 times square root of 3 will give us square root of 48. So with that being said, we know this right here is equal to 4 from here, and then we have the square root of 3. Alright? So now, check this out. Here, we still have the minus 2 all the way in the front. Yeah? And then, for the square root of 48, I'm going to write that as 4 square root of 3. The 4 is a regular number on the outside, and then we still have the square root of 3 right here. Okay? And remember what we said earlier, we have the x squared inside of the square root, so that will give us the x on the outside. Just like that. Cool, huh? Well, don't worry, we are going to do another one right here. We are going to have the plus 6. And then, when we have the square root of 48, well, we do this, right? So we are just going to be multiplying with 4. And then we have the square root of 3. And then the x squared instead of the square root is going to be the x on the outside, like that. So now, as you can see, we can multiply these numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. So this right here is just x square root of 3. And then this is minus 8. X square root of 3, and then plus 24, x square root of 3. Notice everybody has x square root of 3, x square root of 3, and x square root of 3. So in this case, we just have to combine the coefficients. The first one has the 1 in front of the x square root of the 3, right? So here we have 1, and then minus 8. So we have minus 7. And then plus 24. Minus 7 plus 24, we get, well, let me just make this prettier for you guys. So negative 7 plus 24 is 17, okay? So we have 17, and remember, the term stays the same. So we have 17x square root of 3. So that's it. Just like that.